Hello, my friends, and welcome back. You know, people are enrolled in the army. Some people are conscripts, you drag them over there. Some people are, volunteering. Some people, are mercenaries. Nevertheless, once you are under a military command or a commander, you know, you have to follow orders. You have rules. And the military unsubordination is punished differently than a job insubordination. You know what I mean? So if you're in a war and you refuse to follow an order or refuse to fight, that is judged and justice is dispensed a little bit differently than if you're at work and you say, I don't feel like doing it right now. I'm going home. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit different for people who might not be aware of this little detail. We have an article here in coming from Ukrainska Pravda. So that's one side that's probably going to exaggerate the cruelties coming from the other side. So that happens on the other side as well. But for the sake of this article, I had to make this little disclaimer, even though I don't think it was necessary, but nevertheless done. This article came on May 14th, 2022, and this is the title. Russians set up prison in Zaporozhye for their soldiers who refuse to fight. What do you think? What would you do? What would you do with a soldier who doesn't follow the command and doesn't want to fight? You say, okay, thank you very much. Here's a bonus for you. Here's a medal. You go back home in your village or town and you say you are a hero. Correct? No, incorrect. So the Russians in Zaporozhye Oblast are burning their bodies, the bodies of the dead soldiers in a poultry shed, and they have set up a prison in the school for those who refuse to fight. This is source is Zaporozhye Oblast Military Administration on Telegram. Well, the thing is, if this is the case, how would you deal with this? The way I said it before, or you follow some laws, rules, and follows the procedures, protocols. But wait, I have another example, many examples, but I just picked one, where we have another gentleman who dealt with some mutinies, people who did not want to fight anymore. He didn't follow orders. They say, that's it, we're done, we're going home. And that happened in the, how should I put it nicely, the colonies, the 13 colonies at that time, the British colonies in North America. It was during the War of the Independence of the United States of America. And this occurred actually in 1781. It was called the Mutiny of the Pennsylvania Line, I'm sorry. And then it was another thing here that related to this. It's in New Jersey. It says 200 New Jersey men stationed at Pompton, Pompton, to follow suit with their own mutiny. This time, the response was quite different. General George Washington, yes, the first U.S. president after that, used New England soldiers to disarm their New Jersey compatriots and execute two of the leading mutineers. These actions kept the Patriot Army from disintegrating. So that example helped because it instilled terror, but it still faced severe challenges. Okay, so this is the New Jersey line, inspired by the success of their comrades of the Pennsylvania line, attempted to achieve a similar success. Washington dealt with the Pompton mutiny quite differently. He immediately dispatched Major General Robert Howe, or Howe, from West Point to Pompton, where Howe surrounded the mutineers by surprise in their quarters, reduced them to unconditional submission, and executed 2 of their instigators on the spot. Hey, what about the military tribunal? No? No. Oh, okay. I got it. I understand. Now, regarding the other incident in Ukraine where the Russians do that, they said that from another article that is a general, a very, very crude general, a Russian general, who came on the front, and he dealt with these mutineers, with these people who refused to fight and blah blah blah, by tying them, undressing them, and putting them in some location where they cannot run. And the idea of these articles that I read was that it's so cruel. That crude general, Russian general, he did this to these guys, and he's a crude guy. He's just very, direct and doing stuff. But you can look, and this is an example I gave to George Washington just by memory. I said, oh, wait a second, I know one just by heart like that, but let's give some details. And also, I know it was another incident, kind of in the same time, where it was another general, or it was a general, who had, again, some people were mutineers, and they say, okay, we're not going to fight, we're going to rebel, and so on. And he made like soldiers from the same group shoot the soldiers from the same group. They had to draw to who's going to shoot and who's going to not shoot, who's going to be killed and who's going to. So it's like we are in a classroom and we all do something stupid, and then the teacher comes in and tells us, that you pick up, as an example, 5 out of, let's say, 20 that you are, has to be put in the firing squad, and you guys, the 15, have to be the firing squad for the 5. And then we draw things, and we find out those 5 would have to be executed, and we have the 15 who are us, the ones that were our friends, and we have to shoot those with 1 bullet, each of us, muskets and so on. So nevertheless, there were other things that were even worse than this Russian general who went over there. The reason why I'm saying this is because people's memory and their history is very shallow, and people do not remember or do not know incidents even worse than the ones they depict here. Oh, the general came over there and look what he did. The guys did not want to work, but he didn't got a prize. Didn't got a bonus, didn't got a medal and be sent home as heroes. Instead, what he did, this bad dude did what he should do, demote them, get them, arrest them, and they're going to judge them later. Not necessarily kill them on the spot, like other good people in history considered did. So you see how things work? But if you point this out, they will say, oh, it's not the same thing. Or they will call you names. Well, I don't care, because truth is more important than being called names. Nevertheless, look into this, and I'm pretty sure you got probably from your own, from your own readings, you have examples of these kind of situations from the good guys on the spot. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.